Welcome, everyone. This is our first session of recording our campaign, which I've titled The War for Crimson Rock. It is set in the land of Lucro. So far, we have 4 players. Unfortunately, one of them, Sean, is not able to make it. But we have Megan as Mikage, who's a Dragonborn. We have Samad as Pan, the monk Genassi, and we also have with us Rachel, who is a Tiefling sorcerer. So we are starting in the middle of this campaign, so there's quite a bit of backstory to catch up on, but we'll do that for another session. But for the purposes of catching up, since it has been a little while since we've met up, about a few weeks or so, what has happened from before was that the group was on a quest to retrieve the manifest for a group of refugee tieflings. Now, these tieflings have been hunkered down over in the city of Atamon in the country of Lucro. I'm sorry, in the country of Valtier, where they have been persecuted and discriminated against. As such, they are planning to escape to their homeland, and they need the manifest in order to board some trains and hide aboard the trains in order to get there. The rebel leaders from the Tieflings have asked our group to go and fetch this manifest, which is being held in high security at the guard station. Now, the group was able to go in. They were able to find some uniforms and masks in order to hide amongst the guards there. And they plan to head to the base. So in this case, there was a lot of planning in terms of who was going to do what. And it was decided that Pan would be the one to wear the uniform. Dave would provide backup. Dave was Sean, our half-orc barbarian. And then Ori and Mikage would be distractions. Now, the group entered the base as planned, with Ori and Mikage coming in through the rear, whereas Pan heading through the entrance, and with Dave providing him backup. So Dave is hiding out and waiting while Pan immediately kind of walks in, is introduced to the guard leaders. There's one Guyush, who's a dwarf, and then there's also Balthazar, who they had a very fun encounter with previous sessions before, which we'll go into later. So Ori and Mikage start exploring around. They encounter a drunk guard and then a knight, and then afterwards the guard is eventually fooled, but the knight picks up who they are, and there's a bit of suspicion there. There's an altercation that kind of happens, and essentially combat just, gets underway as Ori and Mikage essentially try to basically play Monty Python and just throw these, or, Three Stooges, and just throw these guards around and just divert their attention, with Dave kind of running in for backup and just like slaughtering a bunch of them, just kicking all their asses. This leaves Pan the freedom to go and explore about amidst all this chaos. And as he does so, he gets to Balthazar, who is very much so recovering from a hangover from the previous night. He shoos away Balthazar, and then afterwards is able to get to the locked door, where he's able to enter in the code, but not before setting off the alarm. So the alarm goes off. It's kind of chaos and pandemonium. Pan, though, is able to get in. He grabs a large docket of information and then throws it out the window for Dave to fetch. Dave is able to grab the document, and he books it. Unfortunately, Mikage now is taken into custody, and Ori is still wearing her disguise, pretending that she is working with the guards. And in the meantime, Pan now is actually overhearing a conversation between a girl and a man named Polemio, who they've encountered in the past, who Pan is not too fond of. And I think that kind of covers what happened. Does anybody want to add anything to that?
We had a great Three Stooges act where all of my siding with the guards was really, oh, I fall to trip them. Oh, I'm gonna try to punch Mikage and instead get the guard. That was a good part.
Very cool. All right. Thank you very much. Anybody else want to add anything? Or any questions also?
The dwarf was able to meet all of us previously. One of the leaders of the guard post. Balthazar has met us, but he may not have been sober enough to remember. But when we were doing the sparring back and forth, I did my best to pretend that Ori was part of the guard team so we could continue to infiltrate and get some information.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to move everyone to the guard station now, and heads up for this recording. Because of some of the technology with this, it's not going to look all that great. However, for players, it's going to look just fine, hopefully. But for the recording, it's going to look a little funky. So we'll go with that. Okay. So before I unpause, at this moment in time right now, on the opposite side of this door where Pan is, he is listening intently as Polemio is interrogating a young girl. She is a Tiefling girl, or a Tiefling woman, I should say, with the name starting with F, and that has, if you remember, piqued your interest because Harbor, the rebel leader's wife, her name starts with an F as well too. Her name is Fira. Now on the opposite side of this, you can hear them discussing. Polemio is interrogating her, but more just negotiating more information out of her. You hear them kind of bickering back and forth, but at the same time, Polemio acknowledges that her information has matched up with their intel that led them to be able to stop the attacks on the train station from earlier, and that's why they were able to intercept the rebels on their attack. The Tiefling girl, Tiefling woman, jokes around and says, that she's happy to provide more information as long as she keeps on getting paid, and as long as her safety is secured, she's willing to give them more. And as such, she also warns Polemio of a group of 4 that have entered into the refugee camp, and they are providing assistance in some way or another. It's given very crude descriptions of your group. And then keep in mind, for the sake of this moving things forward, Dave has the docket. He has booked it, so he's out of the picture right now. Okay? So Ori, you are now hanging out. You are escorting Mikage and taking her to wherever the guards want to take. And Mikage, you are currently... Oh, you're not there right now. You are being held right there. In custody by them, and they are processing you now. Okay? So.
Sounds good. I'm pretending I've been injured, just slightly.
Okay.
I'm going along with whatever the guard says. Don't want to blow my cover.
All right. I'm going to move you, Ori, right over there, right next to them. Okay?
They already think you're incompetent, by the way. You've tripped up everybody. They just assume that you're a new recruit.
Oh, yes.
Very bad recruit.
Quite a horrible one.
I've realized this song is very ominous, but at the same time, too, I feel like I should probably play like the Monty Python song or something like that. That might have been a little better. Or like the, what's the guy's name? Who's the guy?
That fits the vibe a little better.
Not the Monty Python song. God, I can't remember that dude's name. But anyways. So, I'm going to pan over... pun intended. I'm going to go over to Pan and ask you, what are you doing as you're listening to them discuss Polemio and this unknown Tiefling woman speak?
Well, I'm looking at my inventory really quickly.
Okay.
I have no way of making a recording. Anyways, I just like write down what I hear,
Okay.
which is her being a, I guess a trait. I don't know the word. A bribe or a receiver of bribes for information, a spy or some shit. And I will not engage. I will run. I've got what I needed
Okay.
to hear.
I'll go ahead and I've unpaused the game for you to go ahead and do so.
Okay. I have no idea where you guys are.
Yeah.
Are we trying to? I mean, I'm still in disguise, right? So
You're still in disguise, correct? Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna like. Oh, I have to like. I mean, I'll move as far as I can this way. I don't know how far my thing is, but I'm gonna head back towards where the Balthazar was. I want to go back towards downstairs. Actually, there was a window here, wasn't there? I'm just gonna jump out the window.
There are windows there, and yeah, you are an Genassi, so keep that in mind too, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Is there a window here? I
Yes.
can't actually.
There's a window
Yeah.
right there. Okay.
Oh, there's guards there. They're gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
Let's see. There are guards. This is a little bit of weirdness with the levels. Let's see. No. Where you're at right now, yeah, you can kind of hop out. You land onto the thatch roof that's above you, that's right in front of you. There's still buildings. You can hear underneath you, though, some guards murmuring and talking. You can't quite make out what it is. But amongst this, though, you do hear the voices of Ori and Mikage, but you can't quite make out what they say. Okay. At this point, you're just on top of this roof, and you can hear them, but you don't know what's going on.
God, it's giving me collision. I can't actually
Okay.
come out.
Let me move you right out of there then. Let me do that right there. There you go. All right. Okay. And it's just a weird thing with this levels module that kind of move things around, and that's why also when we're recording it, the view is kind of funny too. It doesn't give you the normal view. Okay. Now, if we'll go over back to where Mikage and Ori are now. So you've entered into the processing room. You see 3 guards there. Mikage, you are currently shackled up. The guards are busy. They're coming over to you cautiously, and they're attempting to try and disarm you, taking away your weapons, and one is busy jotting down notes in his in the book, whereas the other knight is kind of like pushing you over to the side and telling you to stay quiet and don't give them any trouble. As for you, Ori, you're standing right next to him right now. So, for both of you, tell me what you all are doing.
I'm going to follow the guards and keep an eye out for any secret signals Mikage might give me, though she's the one with the plan right now. Ori's not used to not having a plan. She's gonna go with the flow.
Basically, I just snarl at the guards a little bit. If they're asking me any questions, it's just met with kind of just like sneers and hisses. I'm pretending to favor at least one of my legs as if it was injured severely, but other than that, I'm not overplaying it, but I'm not giving away anything.
I'm gonna say to the guard next to me, "Hey, what are we doing with her?"
You must be thick. You're a new recruit. It's obvious. We're gonna process her, shackle up, and take her over and talk to Balthazar about this. We don't stand for mutiny in these ranks, and so we'll just have to get information and whatever he decides on. But what I expect is that they're gonna throw her into the prison and they'll toss away the key. We've done this already a couple times, and it's pretty easy at this point. Just toss away the key. Though we don't see very many Dragonborn guards the way they're looking right now, so this is kind of a new thing for us.
Right, easy, yes, cool.
One of the guards approaches to you, Mikage, starts demanding, heads over to you. What's your intent? Why are you here?
Just got lost on the way to the restroom, sir.
You think you're funny, huh? Well, you think it'll be all that funny if I take off your mask? Maybe let you kind of take in a little bit of this, poisonous gas that we have to deal with all the time?
All the better to eat you with.
He reaches over, grabs your mask, and just rips it off of your face. The moment he does so, you can feel like the toxic fumes kind of like scorching your nostrils, right? Feels at first a little bit numbing, but eventually starts to burn and fizzle a little more.
I'm wondering if I can use my chromatic resistance, but first and foremost, how close is he to me? Obviously, he took off my mask, though.
He is right up to you, right in. I mean, he is arm's length away from you.
I would like to attempt to headbutt him.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me an unarmed attack for that, please.
Okay. Roll. Oh, that's the total.
And then while you're doing that, there we go.
Oh, I can't see because it's not on the right thing. Ah!
That's okay. All right, we will take the first one. As you try to headbutt him, he looks you straight in the eye, and he just catches your head with his fist, right? Just hold you there.
Can I bite his hand since he's touching my face anyway?
In just a moment, he immediately just he tries to slap you. At this point now, he is trying to slap you. He catches your head as he anticipates your movement, and as he's trying to slap you now, I will let you go ahead and you can roll a defense roll and see if you can essentially bite his hand in order to,
Okay, because remember, I get 2 attack rolls.
Yes, you do. Go ahead.
Forgetting this.
Go ahead.
My use feature, and we're using version 2 now, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, where'd it go?
And while we're doing that, Pan,
I'm gonna. Before it's not. It's
okay.
Not there anymore.
Just go use your defense roll 1 then. Let's try that for now. And while you're getting to that, Pan, I'm going to go to you next in terms of what you're going to be doing, okay?
I'm going to drop down and head inside I don't know, I have like a weird view, but because I think I'm still on the second floor.
Oh, you're still on the second floor? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let me do this. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of weird view. Let's see. Get you. Okay, there we go. Mikage, as you try to bite his hand, again, he tries to like smack you across the face, but he sees your fist. He sees your fangs, and he tries to dodge his hand out of the way. However, you nick him, and you're able to like get a finger, essentially. So you get a finger, and he starts howling in pain. He starts screaming really loudly, and the other guard rushes over quickly to try and help mitigate the situation. The other guard, who's right behind you and right next to Ori right now, basically takes her head, slams it into the table. Okay? Yells out, "Everybody get here now! Put this one in cuffs! Smack a muzzle on her, I don't care! Let's take her out!"
Can I spit the finger in his face?
At this point, your head is like smashed into the table. Okay? However, this guard is like screaming and yelling, about his finger. The one who's apprehended you just kind of yells back, "And get this idiot into the medic! Let's take this one to Balthazar. Somebody go get Balthazar. Lock her up." So, you hear some guards shuffling, and they are running off at this point right now to go and fetch Balthazar, while they continue to lock you up even more. Now, however, because you have your mask off right now, and keep in mind that this is a toxic swamp, almost like a bog where they're at. The fumes are seeping into your nose. You can feel it, and you can feel your strength kind of draining bit by bit. Okay, so
I'm gonna lean over to the guard next to me and whisper, "We do want her alive, right? We can't investigate if she's dead."
I could care less, honestly. Whether she's alive or dead doesn't matter to me.
Right. Cool.
So, Mikage, go ahead and lower your hit points by 2 as the poison kind of seeps into your lungs right now. Okay.
And I'm looking at my chromatic resistance. I'm looking for it. So where to go?
Okay. Go ahead and do it.
Chromatic resistance should allow me to use, like, to maybe hopefully, like, put off the... There it is, chromatic resistance. Let me double check. As a bonus action, you can, see... When you take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison damage, you can use your reaction to give yourself resistance to that of to that instance of damage. You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So I'm gonna hold off, but I'm gonna take the 2 damage right now. But be aware, I'll probably take. I'll use that later.
Okay, sounds good. And Pan.
So where is
Oh, hold on 1 second. And Pan, so now you've jumped down. You've heard Mikage and Ori talking as well, but they're in the midst of a bunch of other guards. What are you doing?
I want to head over towards there on this building to my right. Is there a door here, or do I have to go back in the main entrance?
You don't know that, actually. So you just know that they are over in this area over here. If you see where, like, that ping is.
Yeah, am I not like on the floor over here?
You're on the floor now. You are on the floor, so you should be able to move.
So I can't see a door.
You can explore around a little bit and see. Yeah.
Wait. I moved my guy, and now I'm on the first floor. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Is this a door? What is?
That's a window right now. So that is a window. So you can see inside, and you see through the window. You can see Mikage and Ori, or rather, you see Ori still in the guard's uniform. Mikage right now, her head smashed into the table, and they are shackling her. And you hear just shuffling amidst all the guards, kind of rushing about.
Okay, I'm just gonna start running however far I can run this way. Looking for a door. I should have measured it. Oh well. I'll just guess this is good enough, I guess. I mean, I don't know. How far can I move?
Okay.
Do I get double actions because we're not in combat? Or
You're not in combat, more or less. But I'm gonna put you like right here. As you run by, you see basically a set of stairs, like right around here. Okay. So,
okay.
Just to save you some time. All right. Okay. As you're going about, you start to hear again. The guards are shuffling around. There's more commotion going on. And then you see... Move him out. You see Balthazar kind of approaching around the corner, and he's coming out with several men right behind him. Okay? And so that's on your side over there. Okay? And so they're all heading towards this direction right now. For you, Pan, you've heard this commotion over on this side here. You see a set of stairs, which looks, and there's a door on this side over here that seems to lead up into a mess hall.
Is it still me? I'm gonna go up.
Yeah. Okay.
And I guess I'll head down towards where they are.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna pause you just a little bit right there. So, just as you're at this point right here. Okay, Ori. At this point right now, you can see. I mean, out through the window, you see Balthazar. You see several groups of guards. But then you also hear something right behind you. Okay, kind of some footsteps, but you don't quite know who. What are you doing?
First of all, where's Mikage's mask? Was it dropped when they tried to, bash her head into the table and she bit off a finger?
The guy who grabbed it basically just pulled it off of her face and just threw it on the ground. So it's kind of right nearby, over in this area over here. So right now you are divided, though, from that mask with this knight that's standing to your right. Okay?
Okay, I think I'm going to dramatically turn to him and say, "Look, I see Balthazar and his men!" And I'm gonna, like, turn him so that he can see it, because I'm one of the Three Stooges, so that I am now on the side closest to the mask.
Okay. Go ahead and give me athletics check for that one. Let's see how that goes.
Oh god, why? Okay. Don't make me do that. Athletics.
And Mikage, I'm coming to you next, okay?
Okay, take your time.
Okay, perfect. Okay, he hears you motioning him towards Balthazar. He kind of turns, and as you do so, you're able to pivot past him, and now you're on the opposite side of him as he's looking to see that Balthazar is coming. Okay, so you're now within close range. So you see the mask standing on the floor in front of you. The guard that got his finger bitten off is still just howling and screaming. And then the other one is still busily holding down Mikage, busy shackling her even more and putting more bonds and restrictions on her.
I want to bend down next to the guard who's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm doing that, pick up the mask and say, like, "You okay, man? That looks rough. That looks painful."
And then he looks at you like...
Not attempting to...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Not attempting to help, just...
Okay.
Man, that looks bad.
And then he just looks at you. He's still holding his finger and just looks like, "No shit! Did you see her? She bit my finger! What the hell?" And
So what you get for
you see kind of the blood kind of rush down his face. The other guard who's kind of in the lead like yells at him and is like, "Go to the freaking medic! What's wrong with you? Stop just standing there like an idiot!" So he kind of tries to shuffle by, and he's moving through this way right now. Okay, so he moves over this way, and he's in a hurry and just moving through. All right. He now encounters Pan as he's trying to rush through. He encounters Pan. Pan, what do you do as you see this one? You see him, a guard, trying to rush past you. He's holding his hand. You see blood, just like a trail of blood right behind him, and his face is looking like a little bit pale.
Hey man, you okay? Can I help you out?
It's like, "Dude, just take me to the medic. Oh my god, I need help. I'm feeling woozy. Oh. He starts trying, like, you can see him like starting wanting to vomit, and he's like holding you. He's like, dude, I'm getting sick.
I'm kind of new here, so I don't know exactly where to go, but there's some experienced looking people coming up right behind me. Maybe they'll be able to help you out. You should go talk to them.
He's in such a hurry. He's just like, "Oh god, everybody here's an idiot," and he just pushes you, knocks you back several feet. Okay. And then as he rushes out the door, and then he is, kind of going through. However, as he pushes you out pushes you back, you now see Balthazar and 3 of his guards enter into the room as well. Okay. And I'll come back to you in just a moment. Mikage, you currently, again, you have more shackles on you now, because I keep on repeating myself about it, than I have from before. The mask is off of you right now, however, and so the poison, you can feel it burning more and more inside your lungs now. You can feel your body heating up faster and faster. What are you doing?
I'm just waiting for the guards to do something. If I'm going to let myself take one more hit if I'm about to take a poison damage, but I'll probably roll for an attempt to, if the next time that it starts to take effect. But other than that, I'm just kind of snickering and waiting for the guards to address me again.
Okay. Go ahead and take
Ori's getting a
another
little
2 hit
panicked.
points. Take another 2 hit points of damage, Mikage, as you're waiting. Okay. And then go ahead, Ori. What are you doing?
Ori's getting really panicked now because Mikage is being poisoned and she can't just give her the mask. So she's going to use her thaumaturgy to project some screams and people calling for help from outside the building.
Can you describe what those screams are like?
Well, I can't scream them. People in my
Well,
apartment building.
I mean, you don't have to scream, but I mean, just describe, like, I guess what they're saying. What does it sound like?
You know, kind of a variety of men and women screams, help, someone please help us, coming from like an out of sight behind a corner kind of area. Anywhere that like would distract the guards, make some of them leave, do something where I could like either put the mask back on her or we could attempt to get her out of the cuffs or we can take the cuffs and just run.
Okay, all right. The guard who is that you've been fighting with, the knight who you've been fighting with, hears this. Like, they all kind of turn and they look. It's like, what the hell is that? Looks at the guard next to him. Is like, you there, private? Go check out what that is. Go find out what it's. This day is just a pandemonium. It's crazy. This guard, again, after putting the millionth shackle onto Mikage, runs past, and then afterwards. Pan, you see him run through as well. He salutes Balthazar and then runs over here out to the side to go and see what's going on. Okay.
So in the meantime, since they're running out the door, I'm gonna whisper lowly in the language of the Infernal, and just say, let them take me to the prisoners, see if they'll interrogate me. But maybe you can leave the mask in the meantime. But it's up to you on how to proceed. I'll roll with whatever.
Leave the mask with you or leave the mask here?
Like, if you can get them to, just deposit me in a cell, just chunk the mask in and leave it for me to
go get.
Use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Balthazar and his group are approaching now. They see you, Pan. You've been knocked back a bit. Balthazar kind of looks at you, is like, his face still slightly green. Looks at you and is like, oh, weren't you supposed to go get some medicine for me, Private?
Sir, I got lost. Was looking around, came up here, heard some commotion, saw a bleeding, bitten comrade, and now I'm trying to figure out what to do. Slightly disoriented.
Rough first day.
Oh, okay. Just go to Gyush and he'll set you straight. Okay, we gotta take care of this. Just get out of my sight for now. Instructs you just to leave going.
Hope you feel better.
Oh, thank you. All right. So Balthazar now comes down with his other guards. They're all right behind him. They all kind of enter the room. Oops. And they see before them, of course, Mikage bound up with Ori and this one knight, trying to assist. The knight discuss it basically. He acknowledges Balthazar, gives him the information of the situation, and then afterwards just requests, "Sir, I know this is unorthodox, but given this scenario right now, is it okay if I just execute her? I mean, let's just be done with it. Throw her body in the back. We'll be done." Balthazar is kind of looking. He's very queasy. At this point, he doesn't seem to be, fully at his, he seems to not really want to be there. And so he's kind of leaning towards, like he's rubbing his temples and just trying to look like he's thinking really hard.
I'm giving Mikage a little look. The holy shit. Holy shit. Hello.
Mikage seems unfazed. She just kind of mummers in common. You can't blame a girl for biting back if a guy tries to slap her. And I just turn up my nose and just sit.
Ori is attempting not to shit herself.
Okay. Pan, you are outside. However, you can see from your vantage point, you can see inside through this window. And you can see basically with Mikage and Ori basically surrounded by guards and Balthazar right now too. Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna hang out here by this window and keep eavesdropping. Trying to be hidden. I don't really know what a good hidden spot is, but whatever. You get the idea.
Yep. Balthazar looks and is like, we can't execute everyone immediately, but take her over to the pens. Get as much information as you can. Just give it 30 minutes, and if so, then just slit her throat. It's fine. This is done. The knight, who has been busy dealing with all of this, is like kind of grumbles a bit. You see him kind of grit his teeth. He says, "Yes, sir." Grabs Mikage, and then starts marching her backwards.
And I'm gonna follow, hoisting my weapon.
Okay.
Even though I'm slightly chained, I try to use my tail to swat at Ori a little bit, just to try and be causing still some more mischief, but still for the most part going forward.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm like, still alive? That's good. That's what matters.
He takes Mikage all the way to this side. Instructs this knight over here. I know it's gonna be weird on the recording. You can't really see it. Open the door and to let him inside. Okay. However, he looks over at Mikage. He looks at Ori and says, "You stay here and stand guard. I'm gonna deal with this myself." And then goes and
yes, sir.
pushes Mikage into the room. Takes Mikage with him, and basically it's just him and Mikage in this private section right here.
Mm-hmm.
And before he closes the door, I would like to try to toss the mask just inside so that they don't notice, but it's there.
Okay. Mikage, you notice the mask being tossed inside. However, you are still feeling the effects of the toxic gas. At this point right now, go ahead. You take another 3 hit points of toxic gas damage.
I'm going to roll my gift of chromatic damage to see if I don't have to take it, hopefully.
Okay, go ahead. And Pan, I'm coming to you next, all right? That. Gift of chromatic damage. So that basically that negates it by 1, is that right?
I guess so.
Let's treat it like that. Okay. So
Okay.
instead of 3, you take 2 hit points of damage on that, of poison damage. However,
I thought so. The first time I was taking 2, so this last time.
last time you're going to take 3, or this time you're going to take 3. So now you're just taking 2.
Okay, so 2. Okay.
Yeah. However, you can feel your stomach start to churn now. Right, it's starting to twist in knots. The air is getting harder to breathe. You can feel your nostrils, kind of trying to close, but at the same time, too, the gas is just filling them. It's like it can't escape. Your lungs can't escape and can't find any sign.
Mm-hmm.
Pan, at this point right now, you see Ori, you see that knight, and you see Mikage walk past you. You're still in hiding. What are you doing?
Where are they walking past me? I can't really see them on my screen.
They walked past. They went basically. How'd they go? Let me draw a pen for you. They walked past this. Nope, not that way. Sorry. They went over this way.
Okay, I'm just gonna follow them. Go look for Guiche.
Okay. As you do so, you see Ori and this guard over here standing next to each other. Are you planning to go outside, talk to Guiche, or are you? What do you think?
Can I overhear what they're saying? The guards and stuff. Did I overhear everything?
At this point, you just see them walk by you. You see only Ori in front. You don't see Mikage or that knight any longer.
Okay, I'm gonna go in towards Gyuch, and I'm gonna give like a whistle. I can recognize Ori, right?
Yes, you do recognize Ori.
Okay, I'm gonna do like a whoo-hoo or whatever. As I
Ah, caca.
Look off.
Okay. Ori, at this point, you're standing right next to this guard. Okay, both of you both guarding the door. The guard is kind of standing stoic, and it does not seem to be budging. However, he does have his hand on the hilt of his sword in guard ready position. What are you doing?
want to change my. I want to change
Oh, go
my
ahead.
thing a little bit.
What do you want to
I
do?
want to like walk up to them and try to convince this guy to say that Gyush is calling me and this other new recruit.
Wait, so
Slowly
go ahead.
take me with you,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So you're trying. So let me get this straight. You're telling this guard that you need to take this new recruit with you to Gyush, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. He looks at you and just says, he just shrugs and is like, ugh, take him. I don't care.
Cool. I'm
And
gonna. Yes, sir.
we meander away
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
to try to develop a scheme and try scheming.
Okay.
And they have Mikage. Alright, she doesn't have a mask on. I don't know whether he's gonna kill her or she's gonna kill him, but one of them's gonna die, and I really don't want it to be Mikage.
Yeah, we'll get her out. We just need to come up with a plan. So, do you know if they have like a? Is that the only guard there?
There's one inside with her. That's the one that is either going to kill or be killed.
Yeah. So, is our plan gonna be to like just bust her out and run? Is that our plan?
I would like to, but she
Yeah.
seems like she has a plan already.
So we can wait. How long do we have? 30
You
minutes,
know-
right? We can just try to stall for 30 minutes and then do the breakout.
How much poison can she take? Because the air is toxic. Maybe
I missed this part. Did you actually get the mask thrown in?
It was thrown in, but
Yeah. I think
she's
we
like
can
real
wait.
chained up.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe like a 10, 15 minute kind of thing, rather than 30.
So let's give it like. Well, she's chained up, so she can't even get the info that she wants, right? So maybe we need to figure out how to just go bust her out. Do we need to go to Gyush though? Because I was told to go there. If I run into
He knows
Balthazar
my
again,
face.
he'll be like, "Oh, yeah, he does know your face."
He knows my face, so I can't go.
Okay, so do you want me to go and you hang out and come back in 15 minutes?
I can go with you until you see him, and I can lurk.
Okay, let's do that then.
Cool.
Do-do-do.
Okay, I'm gonna pause you guys right there, just a moment, as you're about to go in.
Wonderful.
Okay. Mikage, you see this knight basically towering above you.
How tall is he if he's towering above me?
Well, he's pushed you inside. He's cool, he's average height. Let's say 6 foot something, right? I say average height for a knight, and
Okay. That makes more sense.
for a knight, takes out his sword, basically, and then he kicks you to the ground, essentially. Takes out his sword, points it dangerously at your neck, and says, "Balthazar just said 30 minutes, but I can always pretend like I misunderstood him. Do you have any last words to say? You better give me something, or else this will be the last thing you ever say."
Why do men always have to finish before it's even time? It's not fun. If you really want to find out some good information, you might want to just give me some medicine. Otherwise, you'll find nothing out about the infernals.
You can tell that
Do you want a promotion? Or are you going to stay a low-ranking knight forever? If you kill me, That's how it goes. You'll never get the opportunity to advance.
His eyes squint a bit. You can tell that your words stung his ego. With that, he takes his fist and he just like punches you in the face, essentially. Then takes his knife and he stabs it into your leg. You can feel the blade sinking deeper and deeper into your scales, right, into your leg.
Mm-hmm.
From that, you're going to take 6 hit points of damage. Okay. He looks at you. He's like, "You have a really insolent mouth. You know that?"
My mouth is what a lot of guys like. I give a lot of good information.
"I think there's nothing more to be had here."
Alrighty then. So
Basically takes out his sword now, and he is ready, essentially, to stab you.
Alright, let's use lightning breath to see if that does anything.
All right. Give that a whirl.
I attempted, whether it goes through.
All right, he's got to save on a 12 dexterity here, all right? So let's see how he does on this. He gets a 10.
Yes.
Describe for me the lightning breath. What does that look like? And what do you want it to do?
So basically I open my mouth as if to scream, so the guard thinks nothing of it, but a white light basically like pours forth through my mouth and jumps from the sword in straight into him. It's basically between his armor and his weapon. It's grounding him, or it's causing him to convulse and to almost to basically just bleed from the eyes.
Okay. The lightning bolts, course through him, and you can see him like jittering and falling backwards. Like, blood is just like dripping out of his nostrils, out of his eyes. He is in shock. He falls backwards, right? Towards the door. He's not quite dead yet, but however, he has been shook. This time again, he pulls out his sword. This time is like, "You'll regret that." And he lunges in and strikes, basically comes in with a forward slash and tries to strike you in your heart. What do you do?
So I would like to, so I am chained, apparently, with lots of chains. So I'm going to use the chains. Question.
Yeah.
Can you describe the types of chains that are on my hands a little bit better so I can figure out how to do this?
Okay. You are bound from behind, so your hands are tied behind you with, let's say, handcuffs is not quite it, but basically like tied in rope and, medieval chains bound behind you as well.
Okay. Oh, the other thing...
I'm going to give you like a minute to think about that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go over to Pan and Ori right now, who are going over to talking to Gayush, okay?
Okay.
Do
What do you
I
guys...
hear that lightning sound? Because I feel like it's not a super quiet thing.
I want you to give me a perception check. Let's see if you can actually hear it or not.
I was going to say, since we're reaching this room, which looks like it has like 10 guards in it, why don't you head on back anyway?
I got an 18.
Okay. you can hear like a crackle. You hear almost like you can sense that there's like electrical energy has just been like dispersed right nearby you. Like your hair starts to get that static shock feeling, like something's not quite right.
Okay, so here's the
I'm gonna go
plan.
ahead and
Since you know now, let's run back over there and tell this guy he's being called. Since
Got
he
it.
thinks that we just went there.
let's go. Oh, come on, where's he? I'm gonna run up to him and be like, "Oh, God, thank God you're still here. Gyush wants you like right the fuck now, immediately." He seemed pissed.
I was instructed to stay here. Where are your orders?
My orders were from Gyush's face, who seemed pissed off. Feel free to stay here and have him come fire you or murder you.
Go ahead and give me a deception roll.
Gladly.
He looks you down, his eyes narrow. You must be new here. Gish always gives out written orders. Who are you? He pulls his sword out. You can see his sword draw. He starts drawing out his sword now.
I cast sleep. I cast sleep. I'm panicking. Not into this.
All right.
I'm gonna cast sleep.
Is sleep a range spell? I forget. Or is it just a target you target?
20 feet sphere, so it will actually also cover Mikage and her knight dude, and also Pan, but I can slap him and wake him.
I can just run back since I see her doing it. 20
I
feet.
mean, I can like, do one of those.
Ah.
Okay, so creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose. Sorry, the creature that has the lowest current affected by subtract each points. Okay, alright.
So since Pan ran, it's just this knight, the other, and Mikage.
Okay. You see the knight, as he's about to draw his sword, he starts swaying back and forth a little bit, and then eventually he just kind of crumbles on the floor in front of you, in a pile, just starts snoring away, right?
Wonderful.
Behind this room,
I'm gonna...
Mikage, you kind of look drowsily in front of you. You see the knight, as he was about to strike you, however, he slowly just crumples also to the floor. Sword dangles to his hand. Before you yourself, your eyes start to glaze, they start to blur, and then you pass out. But right as you do so, you can still feel the toxins kind of like seeping through your body now. So you're going to take 7 hit points of damage.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna get Pan's attention because he ran away, and point at the guard and be like, "Get him out of here."
Yeah, I'm gonna shove him in this box. I'm gonna put him in this crate.
Okay, alright.
Fill up that crate. I'm going in.
Splinter
going
Cell
in.
style.
I'm going in to get Mikage. We're gonna get on in here, and I'm going to slap that mask on her immediately, and then wake her up.
She
Guess I'm
awakens.
awake.
Yep. She awakens to you, and she kind of sees the knight on the floor, soundly asleep. Well, what do y'all do?
I'm like, we gotta go! Please,
You
let's
might
go!
want to untie me first. A little
Right,
bit.
yes! That!
Okay, I'm gonna come in and be like, basically you guys now know all the stuff that I overheard.
Cool.
Also, I'm gonna
Okay.
throw this body in that box.
Go
Okay.
for it. Do it.
But they're buddies
Put 'em in
now.
a-
All right.
They're
Okay.
both
Okay, so let's see. There are shackles, there are chains, there's a rope, but yeah, we can chew through that or something.
Well, wouldn't the guard have the keys?
Yes, the guard would have the keys. Ori's panicked. She's not good at this kind of stuff. So, yeah, we will grab the keys and unlock her from Mr. Knight in a box.
Okay.
So,
Mikage, though weak, is able to stand up, though your leg now is bleeding profusely, right? He has stabbed you deep. You can feel it almost to the bone. But you are now free, and the chains have been undone. And you see, again, the knight is knocked out, and the other one. So it seems like so far the coast is clear. However, again, there seems to be some commotion coming from the other side, of the building.
okay. So I've done a quick bandage on myself.
Yeah, we can tourniquet that wound. We can do that.
Yeah, just enough to slow down the bleeding, and if I have to, I can do cure wounds on myself.
Right. I have a feeling we should get the hell out immediately right now.
So
that's my general vibe.
So
it's gone.
So I just explained to them I was hoping to get more information by getting thrown in the actual jail, but the plans don't always work out. So let's book it at this point.
Let's fucking book it. All right, yeah. So out this door, and then down here. Can we make it over here? This direction? This exit?
Yeah,
right?
If you are ready to go, you are able to escape or so, if you'd like. Or if you like, continue to look around.
I mean, Ori would like to get the hell out. Well, are y'all cool with that, or is she gonna just have a panic attack behind a box and then come back?
I mean, I don't know. We can leave, but we could. Yeah. I mean, other option would be try to hide her if we want to look for more information while we're here. But we're at such an easy place to run away now. It's like...
So I do have the ability to do the pass without a trace, but that'll just keep us hidden. But like I said, did we ever confirm who it was, or did you confirm who it was in that room? Are we sure that
I'm sure, but I don't know. I didn't
Okay.
It sounded like her, and it sounded like information that would have only come from that place. So I'm confident, but I did not see her.
And
Okay.
I don't think you should see her, just in case she was describing, I don't know, the four of us. And maybe, I don't know, has seen our faces before.
Well, we saw her in the other world, not in this world. Remember, we were in our spirit forms, essentially, when that happened.
But we were on the train with her, and we went, with her before we all disappeared into there.
But so we'll see. But my curiosity is why does she still have valid information unless her husband's really sticking to the plans?
So where is she? She's in the...
They're over here somewhere.
Over there?
In this room. Because I mean, it's upstairs, but I was right here in this doorway, and they were over here.
So there's a staircase behind that room. I wonder if we can kind of hide behind the building in a way that we're kind of mostly safe. But then we can, I don't know, look through a window, we can get some more reconnaissance. I'd like to be as safe as possible, though. Ori does not like it when her friends are injured.
As you keep on discussing, you start to hear more of the guards shuffling and moving over. You see Balthazar and his group of men kind of approaching, going back towards the entrance or so. However, Balthazar is doubled over. He still seems to be throwing up, shuffling very slowly or so.
I'd like to close the door. I'm gonna go ahead and close this door with all of us out of it so that it looks like they're still there interrogating whoever.
Okay. Is that okay? I mean, Mikage and Pan, you're still inside. Do you guys want to
No,
be out?
they come out. Guys, follow.
We don't want her out
Oh
because they'll
God.
recognize her, right?
I was gonna say
So you want
you
me
know,
to pass without a trace? That's that'll hope if we leave the door open, we just the veil of shadows and silence radiates from us, masking you and your companions from detection for the duration. Of each creature you choose within 30 feet of you has a +10 bonus to dexterity, stealth checks, and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage. It doesn't, in this description here, it doesn't give me a time frame, but I'm sure I can find the time.
At this
I
point,
mean,
you
we
guys are
can
trying to
do that.
decide if you guys want to go listen to some more or you want to, because they are coming. Like, they are heading your direction right now. So y'all
Yeah.
need to make
And
decisions.
I think
I want
no
to
matter
get
what,
the
I'm
hell
going
out.
to cast.
Yeah. Let's just take the invis and move.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So rolling for that. And it's for the 3 of us.
Stealth checks. Okay. So I want each of you to make a stealth check then, as they are passing by you right now as we speak, okay? So you're going to each get, I guess, +10 on that.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna, you guys are all going to succeed on this. Okay. Very solid. Okay. They pass by you. They don't seem to notice. Balthazar and his group just kind of continue on their way. All right.
Let's at least go behind the building. I like to be not in
Yeah.
the center of everything, even though we have that thing.
The night that you
Unless
put
y'all
into
have
the
a different
box
plan.
over here, the night that you put in here, you start to hear some rumbling and some shaking, though. He's kind of like, some noise. He's starting to
Sure.
grunt and groan. He's starting to, like, move about a bit.
Did they pass by inside all the way? The
I'm sorry,
people?
say that again?
Can yeah, have they passed inside all the way?
They've passed inside. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone now.
Yeah. Can I just like fucking go knock him out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Shove him in the room, lock it behind
Lock
you.
the door.
What do you want to do,
Like,
Ken?
Mikage, get out of the room.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want him to wake up. I'm just gonna knock him out.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. He gets he kind of looks sleepily over at you, and then as he does so, a quick solid like sucker punch to him, and it knocks him out. Okay.
All right. So now we move. We either go get info or we peace out. What are we doing? I'm good with either one. We can just run away because, I mean, we have a lot of info, and Dave has the
And Dave has
manifest stuff. Yeah.
the whole bunch of documents, not just the plans.
Yeah.
I would love to book it. Personal preference.
Is there anything I can light on fire nearby? Just like light it on fire and just walk away. Like they'll set half the building up. I want to just create chaos in our wake.
There's this guard station is built primarily out of stone, so we might have a little bit of difficulty doing that.
There's no
There's
thatch
boxes?
roofs or.
I mean, there are
roofs or
crates
something?
all around. I mean, you can definitely light crates and boxes on fire and that type of thing. So if you want to do that, that's totally fine. But at this
Nah.
point, you guys are free to move and escape if you like. So, and I can move you guys back to the city then. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Good with me.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Move everybody back to the city now. Okay. Here we go.
And you need a nap. Mikage.
Alrighty. Okay. You guys make it back into town now. And let me stop that music. And Mikage is still being bloodied and bruised, but you're also wearing your guard outfits. You've made it back into town. I guess your decision now. What would you like to do? I mean, you can go and talk to the rebels. You do have the manifest with you. You can still explore around town if you like, but it's kind of a,
Did we have any other objectives?
That was the main thing. We were just we're still trying to figure out who the leak is. We're assuming it's the wife at the moment. I
Right.
particularly still have my doubts. But whoever it is based off what Pan says is getting paid. I would like to stop by and see if there's any potions on the way back. I've ditched my guard's uniform at this point, so
Let's go shopping.
I'm just trying to see what healing potions are available.
You're not going to see very many healing potions per se. It's more of a more in line with magic. I mean, you can find some food and rations and that type of thing to help kind of help you recover.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
potions might be a little bit different. However, as you're walking about, you can kind of hear, who's holding the bag of holding again? Was it you, Pan, or Ori?
Me.
You can hear a little bit of jingling. There's a little tinkling sound. It's
Ah,
very
yes.
familiar. I don't know. You're very familiar with that sound. You can hear the tinkling, and as you reach into your bag, you pull out, the golden glasses, and you can see them twinkling as they are. What would you like to do?
Guys, that magic dude's shop is close. I have the glasses on. I turn towards them and point.
Sounds like a plan. Let's grab a bite and go to the stall. Maybe he has some books for me.
Okay.
Or healing.
So as you look over at Ori, as you put on your glasses, you can see a little rainbow in the distance, a little rainbow path kind of leading towards its way. That is where the location of Hal's haberdashery is.
Let's go see Hal.
Is that a plan for everybody?
Yes.
All right. Okay. I'm going to move you guys there. You can move.
New look.
Yes. You guys get to look on
yes.
the inside now.
I like. Good job, Hal.
Yeah. As you get inside,
Sophie.
you walk inside. However, you see him just completely coated in flames. Okay? He is walking around right now, completely enveloped in fire.
Does he look like he's in pain?
Not at all. He's just kind
Okay,
of,
well then.
doing his business, going about,
That's just Hal.
It's just how,
Um,
just completely covered in fire.
Hal, you are on fire.
Wait. Hal!
No. He looks over to you guys like, oh, goodness. It's been a while, guys. How are you guys doing? Excuse me. Starts patting himself out. Oh, apologize about that. Whew. Starts blowing the smoke out of his face. Whew. Sorry about that. No, don't want to give you guys secondhand smoke. All right. Apologize. Look at that.
You good, buddy?
All right. Smoke dissipates from the room. You're able to look inside, and you see just a whole myriad of, again, he's rearranged quite a bit of things. And wow, there's not as much. I had a lot more magic things for him, but he looks over to you. It's like, oh, I see you got my message. I was hoping you guys would show up. Wasn't sure if you would come or not, but I'm glad you did. But he looks over at you. It's like, oh, you guys look a little beat up. Where y'all
I
been?
mean, one of us looks beat up, only me. But
I was trying to be polite, miss. I'm sorry about that. Yes, you look like shit. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah,
I
she's
just
been
shrugged.
through. Yeah, the shrug is no. She's been through some stuff.
Well, I wanted to keep y'all updated. I don't know if you recall, you and your group left 2 fun little bodies left here for my minions to clean up. I don't know if y'all remember that now.
We do.
Well, after quite a bit of investigation and cleanup, by the way. They were none the happier about that. But bit of investigation, I thought it might be interesting to update you on some facts that we found. First off, that warlock that you found there, turns out she was already dead. Well,
Interesting.
she was dead or undead, and then when you came in and that feller Argus, your friend there, Argus, killed her, she was even more dead, right? But my point being is that she was already dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Fascinating. Second thing you learned?
Well, your buddy Argus there,
Uh-huh.
also dead. by the
Yeah,
way.
okay, that was what I was expecting. Okay, so they were both dead. Undead.
Undead. Yes, undead, and now
Vampire?
dead.
Or just like zombie undead.
Well,
That is different.
that's the fascinating thing. You know, I mean, we get all sorts of undead creatures and wraiths and zombies and whatnot. That's all boring stuff, right? But this is something different. Something had managed to revive them in a way that I had not seen in quite some time.
Do
That
tell.
it was pretty.
Well,
But that means you have seen it before. Do tell.
well, there are some spells that have been attempted before using that Metaras stone that you've been investigating, and legend has, at least from what I've heard from sort of research I've done, that it has close ties with that. There's some magical strands that are connected to that, but it's some kind of weird concoction between that and some other just hokey magic. I can't quite put my finger on it yet, but I thought you'd like to know, especially since these were the bodies that you brought in, of course.
Thank you, Hal. We did need to know that. Not great news, but good to know.
And there's two more little tidbits that are very relevant for you. There were words tattooed on their bodies. Did you know that?
Oh. No, we hadn't examined them quite that far.
The warlock's body had a rune or a symbol for greed.
Oh.
And that boy Argus's body,
Yes.
he had a symbol for sloth. You wouldn't happen to know any other individuals that happen to have some type of similar name or something?
We might have an idea. Great. This is great. So great.
Yep. Well, then I guess last piece then is not all that surprising, but rumor has it that this Metaras stone is almost done. Okay, anyways, what can I get you guys, huh? Let me help you guys. What do you guys want to buy?
You have any dignity left?
He looks over at
Right.
Mikage and, obviously has not met. I apologize, miss. We have not had the pleasure of introducing myself. My name is Hal Hijiru. This is my hypnotic haberdashery. How do you know these fine fellows here?
These fine fellows are always in the middle of trouble. So apparently I found myself in their company these days. So I just kind of, I extend my pseudo wings a little bit, nod a little bit, and then kind of go back to perusing the wares that are there. Have any dragon arcana or anything of that sort?
Dragon Arcana. I don't have any on the spot, but if there's something special you're looking for, I can definitely help you with that. Now, I have heard there is an auction right nearby. Something auction. Apparently, they got their own whole host of different things. I don't know all the details about that, but supposedly in this town, they got a whole, black market auction, a dragon thingamabobbers or so. You might be interested in that.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna give him 5 gold pieces just for the information.
Oh, thank you kindly, miss. Now at this point, yeah, he's got a bag of holding. He's got a carpet of flying. But I can throw in a couple of other items as well for you too, if you'd like. Is there anything that you have in mind?
I mean, Mikage, how fast do you heal? You just need a nice sleep, nice sleepy time.
Yeah, the sleep should do it. I'm trying to hold on because I have 2 spells. One is Cure Wounds, and the other is the Healing Spirit. And I'm just trying to. I mean, but a long rest should, let me
Right.
use it as well. So, just trying to save my magic where I have it.
Hey, Hal, here's a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You've got a way to contact us. Is there any way for us to contact you when we go out into the big wide world? Some sort of, I don't want to call it a cellular phone, but I don't know, some to send you a message if we are in need of you or your stuff.
Oh, I'm glad you asked me that, miss. We do have a special right now. It is this item. It is called a sending stone. You ever heard of these things?
Possibly.
Now, these sending stones, they come in pairs, okay? They are a magical item, highest quality or so. They essentially, you have one, I have one, or you can give it to anybody else you like. But you can essentially use it to send messages to one another wherever they are in the world, okay? Now, these ones come with no subscription, no sign-up fee, no activation fee. I've known you guys for a while. I'll tell you what, I will give you a little discount, okay? Service providers, they will get upset at me, but this is on the house for you guys, since we're friends.
How much, Hal?
These ones just 15 gold a pop. You're gonna need 2 of them. Or if you want to have more, then that's fine too. But for each sending stone, it's 15 gold a pop.
So a pair's 30.
Yes, miss.
Then let's get a pair. I will give you 30 gold right now.
Let me increase
I have deducted it from my stuff.
Okay, all right. Let me give you a sending stone then. I'll give you 2 of those sending stones. And here we go.
Should we give one to Hal to keep? Because I know that in his place, at least it's a safe little place, independent from any other party. We don't know when we'll get betrayed or, in a pickle. What do y'all think? Should we give one to Hal?
If you can trust him, it's up to you. I only have just met him, so I'll default to your judgment.
Seems
Man.
trustworthy so far.
He's always been he's very unbiased third party so far. So, Hal, you take one of these. Keep good care of it. 'Cause if we call you, we're in trouble.
Oh, I will gladly answer the call. Thank you, miss.
Wish it could be in the form of a friendship bracelet, but
Friendship
I would-
bracelet, you say? Oh, hold on a second. Let me find this. And he starts looking through his inventory. Oh, let's see. Friendship. Fire bracelets? No. Hate bracelets. Friends with benefits bracelets? No, I'm sorry. No friends bracelets. I'm sorry about that, miss.
that's okay. I'll make you one later, Hal.
You may want to put that sending stone inside of a necklace container or something like that way you can carry it easily. I don't know if that's better or than the bag of holding.
Fair. I'll put it in the bag now and we'll go find some sort of necklace to put it in later. I've never taken the bag of holding off so far.
Okay.
It's pretty small. I've slid it under armors and whatnot.
But the thing is, if you get captured, it's better
Right.
to have it on your person instead of in case someone takes your bag.
I think he does not have friendship bracelets, so I think we'll have to find a necklace elsewhere. But that is a good
Mhm.
idea. We should
Also,
do that.
if you get arrested, anything you have on your person, they can't take it away from you. You get it back when you get out.
Supposedly.
That was a
For
joke
what?
about rappers getting arrested with gold chains and stuff. Never mind.
Ah, okay.
Like that's why, like drug dealers and stuff wear like big gold chains with like diamonds on them and stuff because it's like part of their clothing. So if they get arrested, when the cops take it away, it goes in their personal
Inventory.
belongings. Yeah, and they get it back.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you get brought to prison, it's taken and put into a side place. It's not like it's on you. So we got to be careful how this world works when it comes to booking. Apparently, they're not very good at following directions.
Sometimes they just do the murders immediately and not discreetly.
Don't you hate it when men just like cut to the end and it's like, well, that wasn't fun.
Oh boy. Well, Hal, thank you so much.
That's
It was a pleasure seeing you again. Thanks for the information.
my pleasure.
It was terrible information, but great to have. So thank you.
Well, I hope you all do the best with it. Don't want to see you guys die out there. So, best of luck. And again, always come back and bring money. Okay.
Always, always, Hal.
All right. And if that's all, I'm gonna send you guys back to the city. Okay.
Perfect. Cool. So now we have Sloth. Did you say she
Greed.
was
Agreed.
Greed? Pride is the Archbishop. And oh, did we have another?
We killed one in the church, right? And one ran away.
I think so.
Like way at the beginning when we were burying
Maybe.
Dave's boys.
No, that
Dave's,
was
like,
before my
mentor-
time.
Yeah, Dave's mentor died, and we killed one, and
Oh
one
yeah,
ran
which one
away.
was that?
You killed Gluttony.
Was that
That was Gluttony.
Yeah.
Gluttony? Yes. Yes.
And then
Okay.
Lust,
So-
you guys killed when you were fighting with Pride.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. Okay.
we've got 4 of 7 dead. I think. We're pretty sure that they're all dead or second time dead. So,
Total dead.
I mean, Bodhi's
dead, dead.
gotta be one of them, or the person running them. So we have theoretically 4 people that need to die. So that's a grand scheme. But now it's time to go back to the rebels and discreetly share the information about the dude's wife. Maybe?
I would say we have a suspect, but the thing is, make sure that everyone is tight-lipped from here on. We may
Yeah.
have to start changing plans. I still have a weird feeling about the wife and possibly the daughter.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So you head back to the rebel base. There you see again, not much has changed in terms of just families gathering their things, trying to get ready, hoping that they'll be able to board, whatever train or whatever path that they can take to head out. You're greeted by Harbor and some of the other Tiefling men there. They excitedly rush up to you. It's so good to see you guys alive. Have you got it? Were you able to get the manifests?
Yes, Dave. Dave has it currently.
He might be
So-
visiting a meat shop right now, but he'll be here soon.
Yeah. Well, let's consider that Dave is with you at this point, so you can speak on Dave's behalf at least. So
Yes,
what would you?
we have.
Okay. Okay. We'll give it here. Give it here. They get the manifest and they look it over, and it's like, oh, this is perfect. Okay. There's a train heading out from here in about 2-3 days or so. It should be enough. We'll be able to get everyone on board. I cannot thank you enough for this. I mean, I know we've just met, but
I
This will
scowl a
save
little
us all.
bit. I say, you beware, because we did get this with some fuss. So we are not sure how long this information will be good. You may want to change up some of your plans. And if there's a quicker train, if you can get people out, do it quicker. That's my advice.
This is difficult then. I mean, that one train would have taken all of these people here, all of these refugees over to Crimson Rock. It's difficult now. We've got another train heading out from here over to the capital, Cyan, and it looks like there's this layover there and afterwards, so we can go from Cyan out to our promised land. But that's just another stop, and I'll have to discuss this with the generals, and we'll see what we can do and discuss with my advisors. But again, you four have been just, instrumental in getting this done, and this is a small token of our help. He hands over a bag, fetches it from one of his advisors, and gives it to you. It's a bag of 2,000 gold.
Sweet.
We won't be needing much money for where we're going, so I mean, this is much all of what we have left. So if you could, take it and do as you will. Of course, I have one request, though. I mean, the travel will be difficult. We could use, able-bodied, strong warriors as yourself. If you could perhaps escort us to where we're going, we can give you the rest of the gold. We can give you another 2,000-3,000 gold when we arrive as well.
On one condition. Or at least, well, I don't know if they have a condition. My condition, though, is that you only speak of it among the generals. No family, no one else should know your details. I don't need to get my ass bit any more than I have to bite any more than I already did today. Anyway. So.
Of course. We'll keep this in, keep this confidential, of course. So on a need-to-know basis, and that's fine. Pam, were you saying something? Okay, go ahead, Ori.
I was going to say, also please let my dad go in the beginning of the train. Make sure he's on there quickly.
I will do so. Your father's been again just an angel and saint. He's here every night, every day, helping out people. So I mean, it's good to see him, helping out. And he's such a prominent figure in the Tiefling community. I know it's a lot for him to do this for us, especially of our kind. You and your kind. You blend in a bit more, of course, but we don't have that luxury, fortunately.
I understand not wanting to give up the old ways. It can be hard.
Is there any other information you found that would be pertinent for us to know moving forward?
I give Mikage a look. The question mark?
There is someone selling your secrets, but we don't know who for sure yet. That is why I advise you not to carry on. You can carry on as if nothing has happened, but I would recommend changing any plans that you have among your generals only, and then execute them at the last minute so the traitor can be flushed out. If there's if you really want to set a trap, we can help you with that, but I don't know how beneficial that will be.
That is
That
troubling.
is my opinion.
It's troubling. One of the generals does pipe up and says, and he was the one who initially brought up the information about the traitor. Kind of starts elbowing the other advisor, other general, and says, I knew it. Knew there's someone in our midst. Keep an eye out. So.
Don't go jumping to conclusions, though. That will get you bit on your own. Apparently, I have a biting thing today. Just ignore me. I'm slightly delirious.
I say, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Also, I think we should go take a little nap. Maybe, as you can see, Pan and I's mostly emotional damage, but Mikage took the brunt of the physical damage. So
It's good. Yes. Harbor ushers for you to go ahead and get to your sleeping quarters. Again, thanks you for all the work that you've done, the efforts for them, and they go back to discuss some more. Now with the docket of that you were able to take, you start shuffling through these papers. They take the manifest, of course, so they have that with them now. But then you see some status reports and also just not as like some documents meant for Balthazar. Amongst them, you find a report that another village has been found razed to the ground. No bodies have been found, but there have been trails of blood leading to a local temple there. You see... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, anyone want to go on a temple tour?
Right. I'll let you guys discuss about that in a bit. I'm going to give you guys, I guess, a handful of information. I'll let y'all talk about it, and then afterwards we can also call it a night because it's getting close to 11. So, it is 11, okay? So, another village has been found razed to the ground. No bodies found, but blood leading to a local temple. The Prime Minister of Valtier, Eloise Auclair, she is holding a special hearing to address concerns regarding the Tieflings and recent Chimera attacks that have been happening nearby the capital. There's kind of a bulletin, from or a newsletter. Now there are rumors of an auction, some type of secret auction. There's some word on trying to investigate some contraband that's been stolen in terms of like dragon and dragonborn artifacts and that type of thing, but it seems like pretty low on the priority list. And then finally, again, there are just more reports of like Chimera attacks, and they seem to be ramping up around the city of Cyan, which is the capital of Valtier. And those are the documents that you find.
yeah.
The person who is having the meeting on the Chimera attacks, we can always try to advise her on what's going on and see if we can prove, because more than likely she'll need proof. I am still going to find a way to get to that auction.
I have a feeling that I have met Prime Minister Eloise before, due to my family, etc. I'm sure I've met her at some sort of gala, rally, something, etc. She might not remember me much, but there's a possibility.
She may know your family and what they've done.
Yeah. No one knows about my dad.
What about your brother?
Really... Brother is on the other side?
Yeah, the one that's on the other side.
Yeah, I might be able to reason with him. He is the closest brother of mine, but also very stubborn. So I don't know where he is at the moment. Because the last time I got a letter from him, it had said he was shipping out somewhere. So, unknown. I guess I can't write to him again if I don't know where he is, so. Yeah, that's my,
Your dad doesn't know either, if I remember right.
probably not. Mm-mm. Um, yeah, they were close, but, stubborn people with different ideas don't frequently go in the same path.
So where do you think y'all would want to go next session? Let me ask you that. Or what?
I definitely want to go to the dragon auction.
I like Sound of an Auction too.
Yeah, see what Mikage can, for lack of a better term, scare up.
Okay.
But then we need to talk about, like, if we go to Crimson Rock, is that, like, kind of it? Like, that's a big detour from the rest of Voltier.
The thing is, what about Crimson Rock? I know they've mentioned that's their promised land. However, what is sending them there? I just tend to be a suspicious nature, being that I've been on my own, or I tend to used to primarily work alone, and for good reason. Don't always trust the initial sites or things that I see, because it may look like a horse, or it may make shoe prints like a horse. It may run in the same pattern. It may eat the same things. But is it a horse? Is it really? Is it a unicorn,
Master,
or is it a zebra?
Dungeon Master, correct me if I'm wrong, but Crimson Rock is the place that the Tieflings are essentially safe and not under the rule of the other countries, correct?
That is correct. That is their
Yeah.
promised land, that their sanctuary that they're trying to get to.
Okay.
So that's basically the place where we can rule ourselves, and we don't have to, be with anyone else that may have different ideas about ruling or ways our community should be, etc.
As long as they know that they are truly safe there, I just feel, just being that we have this other person on the other side, I worry it just in the back of my mind. As long as no one is being put in the path of slaughter, that is fine.
Yeah, my brother, is my age essentially, kind of still a kid, but is just, in my opinion, confused. I believe Dad's opinion also, just kind of trying to be brave and brash in the only way he knows possible. So he might be able to be reasoned with. And, I don't know what his plans are, but I guess he's announced publicly that he's, going to fight. So it's not like he can sneak by as a person on this side.
So we could be the muscle to make sure that the guards don't stop them from getting on the trains, but I would recommend, if we would not take the train necessarily, either that or go with them and then come right back, because there's other stuff going on in Voltier.
Yeah, we need to be there.
Mm-hmm. Now, if we have the one stop, if they go on that one, which is supposedly the quicker one, we can go to that one point and then turn back on our own and let them go forward, as long as we believe they're safe. Come back, do the auction, and then try and talk with the other person, but we have to establish the timeline in which certain things are happening.
Well, I was gonna say, if we just go to the auction tomorrow morning after we get our full sleep in, get that done with, then the train will take off after that. You know, they still have to meet and stuff, so we at least have a few hours.
Well, what he said. So okay, I just wanted to make sure. So the auction is tomorrow for sure. The straight train run though is 3 days from now, if I remember right. Is that
Right.
correct,
That's
Ken?
correct.
Mhm.
So no matter what, there would still be time to catch the train, but we would have something in the meantime. When is that meeting that person is having?
The
Oh, Prime
bulletin,
Minister.
the bulletin for the meeting. It's a. Let me see where I write it. She's holding a special address, or special hearing to address these concerns. It's going to happen in, I guess, like 2 days, like 1 or 2 days.
Okay. So we could technically, if it's 1 or 2 days, we can technically tomorrow do the auction, see what we can find. Um, the other thing is we can go to the address, but we have to be somewhat careful. Um, because we want to bring up, since if it's public, we want to bring up some things that, we have seen, or maybe give them some information that might bring their attention away from the tieflings to the actual threat. And
Though
then,
the address is going to be in the capital city, correct?
That's correct.
um,
It's not in where we are.
okay.
Uh, it's in the capital city. So if we can get them on a train either in the afternoon after the auction or in the next morning, if we can
We could,
kind of get them on the train to Crimson Rock and then
Mhm.
us ourselves get to the capital city, then we could get there in time for the hearing.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see what happens. I guess when on the next session, things to consider would be, um, obviously whoever's officially being a or a spy for the other side is being paid off for information.
Mhm.
They know the ultimate goal. I'm sure every tiefling straight just knows the ultimate goal. So we just have to be careful, no matter which train they get on, that everyone gets on safely and they get out.
Mhm. We next time we can come up with a like, let's see if we can, I don't know, like give her some false information and see if she takes the bait, and then we'll know for sure.
Mhm.
Um, and then we can, deal with that later.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So it sounds like first off, for sure, you're going to be pursuing the auction, and then afterwards, you're going to try and figure out what to do from there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I have switched it over on the camera, so actually I'm recording faces, by the way. So
Okay.
big smile.
So
Uh,
you get a cat.
Oh man,
and
sorry.
let's do a really quick retro because it is 11:15 and tomorrow is work again. So at the end of every so for recording at the end of every session we do a like, love, learn, lack. Just kind of let everybody talk about what they enjoyed or may not have enjoyed so much, and just for our benefit to improve our game. So let's start with Rachel, if you could please. Like, love, learn, lack.
I liked the my character's ability to panic and be pretty pragmatic in her panicking instead of running, casting sleep, etc. I like the chance to get to do those kind of things. um I I loved how Mikage was like, I will bite your finger off, headbutt you, come at me, motherfucker. while in 17 sets of chains. That was hilarious. Um, Learned, ooh, Argus and the Warlock lady, already dead, already one of the seven. Shit. All right. Didn't really lack anything. Lack Dave, but he'll be back later.
Yep, definitely lack Dave. I'm looking forward to him
I
coming
think
back.
he just landed.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you very much. Megan, if you could please, like, love, learn, lack.
Oh, I loved it. I had fun. I was trying to take it a little bit further to see if I could, like I said, just my original plan, just so y'all know, I mean, perfectly fine. So what I was hoping, it was getting thrown into the jail area next to the spy, and then I was hoping to either run into the dwarf or maybe catch a glimpse of anyone that we could either bust out or just create, kind of like just trying to test the waters of where we could go with it. And obviously, I apparently was a little too sassy, but I think we could have worked it out. But you know, we ended up where we ended up. So, but it was a lot of fun. Y'all do let me, especially since I'm newer to the group. There are certain things that are still coming up naturally, which is great because it's like, oh, I didn't realize the seven deadly sins aspect of it. I think at this point, like I either completely forgot or didn't realize that um that was coming up. I knew we were having the chimeras and the issues with the priest, but it's going to be interesting to see how they tie in with the other things that are going on. The only thing now is to decide, do we continue on with the tiefling, assisting them? Is that a side quest or is that something, ultimately that's going to still bring us around with the bishop or whatever he is. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah.
because
I'm sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
so no, it's but I'm the type of person to overthink, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm trying to keep the character from somewhat overthinking it in the same way that I would overthink it as the player, because this particular character is very used to getting in and out of scrapes and just kind of being used to other people kind of trying to, for lack of the better word, um either take what she has or um basically use her for her abilities. So she is a good person, but she's also not 100% trusting of everyone. She feels comfortable with the group. She finds it cute Ori is worried about her and is just more like, pat pat Ori, it's okay.
So scared for the friends.
And
So,
you're right about that too, because yeah, there's a whole lot of other backstory that hasn't really been super described for you yet either. So it's good that it's just kind of coming about naturally. So it's kind of cool. Your character is just like learning about it on the fly as well, because it's like, oh yeah, there's these things that have happened in the past, and so you're kind of coming into
mhm.
it and learning about it as it happens. So that's great too. So very cool. All right, thank you.
And
Uh huh.
sorry, one last thing,
Yeah,
and
go
I'm
ahead.
kind of uh, the question is, obviously the others aren't 100% sure. Like they know it's coming from the bishop and this kind of thing, but I'm wondering if Mikagi's heard of like just bits and pieces like folklore and rumor, just because of the type of background she has, like anything like that. So something to consider, but not necessarily
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
perfect.
deciding
Actually,
it.
I like it. Thank you. Anything lacking for you? You want more of or less of?
No, I've been pretty happy. I mean, I got to grapple with everybody. Poor Pan got like, he's like, I kind of want to Well, you got to knock somebody out at the very end, but I feel there's a good balance of play and fight.
Cool. Awesome. Good. Thank you. And Samad, of course. Like, love, learn, lack.
I had fun pretending to be a guard. I was down. I didn't really care about not getting to fight. I thought it was fun. Lack. Not really. I don't think there's anything I was upset about. And then like, learn. I don't know. I don't think I learned anything. There's
okay.
nothing really. Yeah. No, but I had fun. I like going around and pretending to be the guard.
Kenn likes being a spy.
Yeah. I figured.
Like, I don't know. I'm gonna go find you some medicine.
Totally fine. No, I liked it. It was interesting. Okay, cool. Thanks, Samad. I will say, I've heard that the hardest thing is splitting up the group. As a DM, you're always trying to do different things, and so I feel like we've been doing it a lot of time. I've done it enough times with you guys that I'm like, man, I feel better about it. Like I don't think it's like so daunting. So as long as I feel like I give each of you a little bit of time to play, because I don't want to focus on too much on one person, too much on another person,
Mm-hmm.
And let me know if you feel like oh, it hasn't been my turn in a while. I'm trying to spread that out evenly and keep the story, the plot going with like each of you doing something. You know what I mean? So this way you're all contributing and adding
You do
something.
a great job of that.
Yeah,
You
it's been really
do
well
a
paced.
great balance.
Yeah.
Also,
Thank you.
though, like if the story is playing, I don't really care. Like if I miss out because like I'm playing. I don't know how to say it. Like I'm not only playing my guy, right? Like I'm playing to participate in the story. So if the story continues a little bit without me, it doesn't really bother me that much.
Yeah. Which is fine too. But I like to have everybody's input in there because it adds something too. So everybody gets to add a little bit to it, and so it keeps on changing things, which is good too. So I feel more confident in that. So that's something that I like, and so I'm looking forward to. This was a big info dump that I was expecting, but hopefully it gives you guys a couple threads to pull on, and I guess I didn't know which one y'all want to go for, so that's why I was kind of like here's a bunch of different things happening, and so we'll see which ones you guys want to go and do next. We'll go from there.
Are we dividing up the gold? 500 each?
I went ahead and put 200 in before I closed out Foundry, but I will give y'all each 500. Sorry, I put 2,000 in before I closed out a Foundry just to make sure we remembered. But I'll give y'all each the 500 at the beginning of the next.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to make sure that I get some cash because I'm probably the most cash strapped of everyone because I came in later and I came in with nothing technically in my pocket. So
I'll give you your 500 beginning of the next one.
sweet. That way I can buy something, hopefully.
All good.
Okay. Well, this was great, guys. Super fun. I'm glad we got to pick this back up again. Looking forward to our next session, and hopefully Sean will make it too. And that's it. Everybody have a great week, and we'll be in touch.
Yep. Bye.
All right.
Night, everybody.
Bye.